Greetings, fellow space travelers. Bionic Dance here. This week's topic is death, something with which I have very little experience. It seems as though everybody I know who's died has either been someone I despised while they were alive, or someone with whom I'd once been close, but we drifted apart. Good friend from high school commits suicide after we'd gone to college and not seen each other for 2 years. Complete rat bastard from my old neighborhood ODs on illegal drugs after I've moved to the other side of the country. Even my grandparents, I only have one left, I hadn't seen in ages. I know some folks have grandparents who live nearby, come over for dinner once a month or something. But my side of the family was just never very close to the extended relatives, and all of mine lived long plane flights away, or even longer car rides, so we saw them maybe once every year and a half, 2 years, and even less after I moved to the other side of the country. But nobody I know has ever died while we were still close. So I suppose the lesson here is that becoming and staying my friend will keep you alive a lot longer. But the real point is that, of those who've died, my cats have been the closest to me, and so I have very little experience with death, and I'm not sure whether to be grateful or if I should feel very unprepared for when someone genuinely close to me bites it. Or both. Or all three. As for my own death, I intend to live forever or die trying. I will admit the method of death scares me a little. It seems there are very few ways to go that aren't miserable. If I have to die, fast and painless is how I'd prefer it. I suppose slow and painless, or in my sleep, wouldn't be so bad either. Any other method? Thanks, but no thanks. I'm going to want my money back. But the truth is that the thought of being dead really pisses me off because of all the things I'm going to miss. When I was little, I had this book, You Will Go to the Moon. It's all about this kid who's given the opportunity to take a rocket to a frickin' space station and from there take another to the moon, and he gets to walk around in a spacesuit. It says copyright 1959, but it was a huge part of my toddlerhood back in the late 70s, early 80s. In fact, I was promised that the year 2000 was this magical date beyond which we'd all be living like the Jetsons. Hell, in the 90s we were promised fully immersive virtual reality in just a few short years, but what? Oculus Rift isn't even out yet? Maybe later this year? It seems like just everything is taking so much longer than we were told. I turned 40 a few months ago, and I'm still having a difficult time accepting that I'll probably never go to space. If nobody finds some sort of life-prolonging technology, I'm going to miss out on robots and meeting aliens, spaceships, everything that was a huge part of my childhood dreams. It's all going to happen later, hundreds of years from now, and that pisses me right the fuck off. If there's anything about death that really truly gets to me, it's that. But who knows? Maybe some of those things will happen while I'm still alive. Maybe if I just hold on long enough. It's clinging to that hope that has kept me alive. Even 15 years ago when my life was absolutely in the shitter and some part of me was screaming to say, fuck this, I'm out. It was the thought that maybe tomorrow someone will discover some sort of warp drive or hyperspace that kept me from ever seriously considering suicide. I'm not sending myself to the showers when there is a possibility, however remote, that I might get that dream after all. Of course, the idea of being dead, of not existing as a thinking entity, trying to wrap my brain around that is difficult, very difficult. Because the question, what is that like, is basically meaningless. It's not like anything, but even that is difficult to fathom. My brain insists on thinking of it like being in a waiting room, being really bored, and no amount of intellectually telling myself it won't be like that at all seems to stop my imagination from assuming there'll be something. This is probably why so many religions have an afterlife built into them. In any case, death. Going out horribly and not getting to do things that come later. That's what really chaps my ass about it. Otherwise, I'm mostly in the meh, whatever camp. Until next time, fellow space travelers, this is Bionic Dance. Wayne, you're up next.
Ignorance killed the cat. Curiosity was framed.